Hello and welcome to the channel, Ruckosaurus Rex, where we discuss and review all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. It's been a minute because there hasn't been any product coming out. What you see before you here from Pnso, we've got number 64, Jacques the Deinocheirus, and I have been anxiously awaiting the arrival of this guy. It's been a very harrowing experience trying to acquire Jacques here. I ordered Jacques from AliExpress over a month ago, and let me just say that this is not from AliExpress. This is from Amazon Prime. Truly amazing. It took a month. Amazon Prime finally had it in their stock where if you order it, you'd get it in 1-2 days. And so that's what you see before you. My AliExpress still hasn't arrived. The delivery date is come and gone, and right now I'm in a back and forth trying to well, we'll call it get my money back. They're so deathly afraid of refunding me, and then suddenly the model appears on my doorstep. You know, that's what they're worried about. So but you know, that can't be my concern. I want my money back. You know, it's been over a month. But anyway, enough of that. But, you know, these things happen when you order overseas sometimes. So keep that in mind. But it is on Amazon now. And if you have Prime, you can get it in 1 to 2 days, depending on what time of the day you order. So anyhow, yeah, as you can see, the box there, I already said that it's number 64. In the line, which is up there. If anybody's been keeping track of the numbers, you probably are like, this is 64. Wasn't the last offering number 66? And the answer is yes. And this is 64. Now you're saying, what's 65? Well, some of you probably already know that we're getting a Therizinosaurus from Pnso, and that is number 65. Why I think they went out of order the way they did is, and I could be wrong, this is just me spitballing and theorizing, but I believe that their Therizinosaurus would have come out, if they were going to go in order, numerical order, it would have come out around the time that the Howling Good Therizinosaurus came out a few months ago. And they didn't want to, you know, the same species and, you know, step on one another. That's what I believe. It may have zero to do with it, but, you know, it kind of makes sense because they would have come out around the same time, give or take, you know, a week or two. But be that as it may, we've got our Deinocheirus right now, and it's one of the 2 ornithomimids that are coming out. He's already out, and the Therizinosaurus is coming out next. Very excited about that. These 2 unusual theropods. I mean, just look at this guy right there, and look at all the colors and everything. It's looking very beautiful. I've already seen some reviews, so I can already tell you that the final product matches the cover art, which heretofore this time has been basically unheard of from Pnso, but it's what we got going on now. So as far as the box, everything is more or less the same everywhere. So you can see I already opened it. But yeah, that's what you got. And so now that we've done that, let's get it open and see what's going on with Jacques the Deinocheirus. As always, Pnso comes with a booklet, an informational booklet that accompanies their models. And same thing, it's basically geared towards kids. It has photos of the figure, as you can see right there. It has information. Mostly it has the dinosaurs are actually speaking to the children that read. And you get, like I say, more same of the same. You know, you get how to draw, this, that, and the third, and all kinds of information. But yeah, that's what you get with the booklets. And yeah, pretty nice that we get these. We also get a poster, and for a few models we were getting posters of the actual model. which to me didn't make any sense. You've got the model. What do you need a photograph of the model for? This is more like it, where we get a poster, an illustration of said model. And so there you go. And it's really looking very close to what we're going to get in terms of the model itself. So yeah, I appreciate getting posters like this as opposed to of the actual model. And the last accessory is the one that we always get with bipedal dinosaurs, mostly theropods. There are a few hadrosaurs and you know, two-legged dinosaurs that eat plants that we get stands for, but we get the stand, and trust and believe you're going to need it for the Therizinosaurus because its weight distribution is not ideal. So here we have Jacques the Deinocheirus on our rotating base, and this is a thing of beauty, and it does indeed represent what we see on the packaging. This is, in my estimation, Pnso's best painted model, period. You know, we're usually talking about the drab coloring that most of Pnso's models come in. The sculpt and the accuracy and the realism are always there, but a lot of times the paint is, you know, is usually drab. I never really beefed about it because it's still, in my estimation, that most larger animals are plain or drably colored because they're big. You know, it's like that. And then in cases of, like, you know, especially the hunters, they can't be all flamboyantly colored because they'll be seen, and then that lessens their chances of success when they hunt. And even the most successful predators are, you know, success when it comes to predation is at, like, you know, if they get 10%, they are uber successful. It's like every 3 out of 10 hunts, a predator is successful. So, but yeah, enough about that. We're talking about our Deinocheirus here, who is draped in feathered plumage, big time. So there could be color there. You know, they're large. These guys, along with Therizinosaurus, were gigantic. You know, they were just huge, and they were not predators per se. It's theorized that Deinocheirus fed on plants and fish, or you know, some type of sea or aquatic food, I should say. And you could see with that beak, that duck-like beak that it has, great for scooping. So that's probably what it did. But the colors are great. We're going to take a closer look at it as we get it off of that platter. All right, I've got our Deinocheirus off of the rotating base. So I'm going to do now is take a measurement of our guy. While I'm doing that, if you would be so kind, could you go down and like this video? And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the video and help support keeping this ship afloat. While you guys are doing that, I'll take some measurements here. And if we go from where the tip of the beak is to the end of the tail, it's about 11.5 inches, but I don't think that's a real accurate accounting because, one, the head is turned. If it was straighter, we'd get a more accurate accounting. So I'm going to fudge here and look, and the head from the tip of the beak to the back of the head is about 2 inches, and then going from the back of the head to the tail is showing 11 inches. But you see, we've got all that plumage there from the feathers, and you see where the tail actually ends and the feathers begin. So we're going to do some subtraction here, and that's looking like 1 inch. So I'm going to take off 1 inch. I just said it was 11 inches, so we're going to go with 10 inches for the body, and then the head. See what I'm saying? I'm going to need that stand because already he doesn't want to stand up. There we go. And the head was 2 inches, so we're going to go with 12. And if you do your calculations, that puts this guy more or less at he would represent a 36-foot long animal, which is what Deinocheirus was estimated to be, the size it was estimated to be. So this is right there in that 135 scale range. So that's pretty good. If anybody's been following, you know I'm a stickler for accuracy. Deinocheirus also is from Mongolia, China, you know, that area, and it existed about 70 million years ago, late Cretaceous time. So there you have it. Let's now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's take a look at that very interesting head. So here we have our Deinocheirus. We're looking at that head, and of course it's that long beak, kind of duckbill like. And as I stated before, it's been theorized that the Deinocheirus ate plants. It's a theropod, but it ate plants, probably like swamp or lake-like type of vegetation, and maybe fish and other small animals. You know, it wasn't a major hunter, you know, of large prey. It wasn't equipped for that. I mean, outside of its forearm claws, that's about it, which were very impressive indeed. But looking at the head, you see what it looks like at the eye. The eye is painted blue with actually it's 3 colors there: blue, and then it's kind of like a orange red, and then of course a black pupil. So looks pretty cool there. Looking back, look at the snout. He's got an articulated jaw, which can go down pretty far. Very nice. That looks about right on the focus. As you see, we've got the nice wet look in there, and yeah, it looks pretty nice in there with the mouth. But once again, like I said, it's got the articulated jaw. And then looking at the neck, where the feathering is blue and you've got like a dark dry brush over it, so that's pretty cool, you know, very nice. And our Deinocheirus is feathered head to toe, basically. You see what we got there along the back. He's got the hump, the sail on the back, that's also covered in feathers, and they start off like a beige and then go down and they get tan, then it gets darker, charcoal gray to gray, gray to charcoal gray to lighter gray, and then it ends off in like a brownish tan type of color. Looking at those claws, those very impressive claws, they're painted also a tannish color as well. You can see the inside is just very lightly colored. Underneath, you've got more of the feathering, lighter colored. It's got a cloaca in there, hind limbs. You've got the three clawed feet there, painted dark down there, goes up, it gets tan. That's on both sides. Once again, the attention to detail, showing the motion there. You see the skin, the muscles pulling back as this left leg is moving forward, whereas you see the skin here as this right leg is pushing off, looking real nice. And yeah, as far as the tail, looking at there, you've got gray and black or charcoal gray striping going on. That striping becomes blue as you get closer to the end, and then the plumage goes out. So that's pretty nice right there. On the underside, as you can see, they kept to attention to detail. As we've already seen, they're showing the tail taper off into the end to the tip, and then the feathers, you know, plume out. So that's pretty cool too. So very, very nice with our Deinocheirus. Let's see if we can get him in focus there, some kind of focus. And then of course he doesn't want to stand. Yeah, I'm going to be needing that stand very soon. It's not even taking any long. So he's semi in focus. His head and neck are like in focus, so when we zoom out, we'll get a clearer shot of him. And now for a couple comparisons, we're going to line our Deinocheirus up alongside creatures that actually lived alongside Jacques the Deinocheirus. Here we've got the Howling Good Therizinosaurus, And as you can see, yeah, both, this model is also in scale. Both of these guys, they're both ornithomimids, and they were both absolutely gigantic. They were both between 33 and 36 feet long. It's just, I don't know why, for some reason, their size impresses me even more than large predatory theropods. I don't even know why, but they just do. I'm thoroughly in love with larger ornithomimids. It's just a thing, you know. They're very, very impressive. I think what I like about them is they're theropods, and just about everything about them is opposite of what we know theropods to be. Theropods have large heads, and even though technically Deinocheirus has a large head, it's more a long head because he's got a beak. But the Pnso'S, small head, they have pot bellies, they have long forelimbs with crazy huge claws on them. They have, for all intents and purposes, shorter tails. Deinocheirus' tail was decently long, but most of the time theropods' tails are about twice the length of their bodies. And that still isn't the case with Deinocheirus. His tail is longer than most, but still not as long. It seems that way because of the plumage. You see with the Pnso'S, its tail is short. It's just crazy. And even though this Pnso'S is inaccurate down at the feet because it's got dew claws that are lifted off the ground, it should be 4 claws on the ground. I believe the Pnso'S is more accurate. We'll see when that finally comes in. And of course, this is the comparison we want to see. Deinocheirus also shared its environment with the Tarbosaurus, which I'm sure Deinocheirus was like, does it have to be this way? But yeah, I'm quite sure these guys must have clashed on occasion. They were both of similar size, so and then with those claws on the forearms, it had to be a brave Tarbo to want to take on Deinocheirus, which was, you know, just as big, just as heavy, you know, give or take. So it had to be some crazy battles back then. So in conclusion, the Pnso number 64, Jacques, the Deinocheirus, is a beautiful figure, absolutely astounding. The colors is just great. I love what Pnso has done. The accuracy, top notch. It's a very, very welcome addition, and I believe, in my estimation, I'm going on record, this is their best model yet, and that's saying something because that's all they do is put out good models, in my opinion, and this right here is at the top of the charts. So bravo to Pnso. I think that everything about this creature is just absolutely spectacular. The accuracy to the source material, the accuracy to scale, everything about it is just it's just a wonderful creature. The differences in the colors, I can't say enough. I think I'm going ahead and I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to stop gushing over this guy and basically just sum it up for you. And that's, quite frankly, best model from Pnso ever, in a nutshell, just like that. So with that said, guys, please like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave your comments, questions, concerns, critiques, whatever, down below in that section. And if you want to be notified when I upload another video, please hit that bell so you can be so notified. And yeah, Pnso Jacques the Deinocheirus. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Take care.